after sleeping here in this park, which is allowed and encouraged at the visitor center. Is that okay? I'm gonna take off for Bellevue. I think I might. Yep. I'm gonna be driving right into the sun. Great. To Bellevue. This is the direction. So, yeah. I chose to take off a little later. I'm not sure what the time is. Maybe I should take a check here. 8:33. Sun's right in my face the whole time. Yeah, that's what happens when you go east. It's about a 30-minute drive into the sun. It's something else. There's actually a museum here, but it has such unreliable hours. I didn't bother to even really look. I was told that it had a. Is that a rabbit? That's the first rabbit I've seen around here. I haven't seen any quail yet. Yeah, this little caboose is the visitor center, and I stopped there to just find out more information about the place. And a lady there said that there's a museum, but it's not open very often. And I think it'd be neat to check out, but oh well. Can't look at everything. I'd probably pass the museum. And I don't, pretty sure I did. I pretty much covered every street in the area that she kind of said that it was located at. I never went to double check, but I don't think I recall seeing any any old stuff outside of that museum. A lot of times they'll put old stuff, usually stuff that cannot fit inside the museum. They'll just put it right outside for people to look at for free. There's a lot of neat stuff to look at for free around the town, like that train that it's like all the gears are exposed and unusual. So I've seen quite a bit. Tried to look around as best I can. I like the design. The design of the town is nice. And it's hard for me to pinpoint why I like it. It's squared off. If you look on the map, it's just a square town. I did like Mountain Home too. That was a bit of a maze. There's just something about it that's kind of appealing to explore, at least. Possibly to live, I don't know. The weather though is really a hamper on a year-round lifestyle in this area. It just gets incredibly hot. It's a little too much for me. Hard to enjoy it. I did find a good spot to do some suspension training, and I was able to do an exercise I don't normally do when I get on my knees and yeah, it's just a nice little chest exercise. I enjoy doing it. I can only do it when I am able to hang the suspension trainer right above my head. Like in Idaho City, I was only able to use tree trunks, and gives you a weird angle. I prefer, the most ideal anchor point is one where it could be right above your head. And yeah, I think I used kind of a hybrid apple tree. They're weird. They're a different kind of apple. They're a real sour apple. And they got quite a few of these trees around. And I used the tree in the park. What's interesting to me is those apples taste pretty good. So I decided to take a bunch with me. Now, they're not all the greats. Not all the trees have great tasting apples. I found the better ones that taste good are on the church property right next to the library, and it might be because they really water the apples, their whole yard really good. But I mean, the high school waters their lawn pretty good too, and I didn't like the taste of those type of little apples. So I took the church ones. They taste the best. They're the most sour. I was going for the most sour because that cleans my teeth. My teeth seem to clean really nice from the chewing of that sour apple. So I'm gonna hold on. I didn't get a whole lot, enough for like a bowl. Chew on those, and I'll have some clean teeth. My teeth are cleaner towards the front of my mouth than the rear. I've been trying to chew the apple towards the rear of my mouth. It's not exactly easy, but yeah, it's a beautiful landscape out here, but it's pretty barren. Barely any trees. The geese on the field on the right, about 50 of them, Canadian geese. Yeah, okay, I'm looking forward to seeing what this rest stop looks like. Alright, I want to go to Bellevue and take a left on 75, and at this intersection there's a rest area. The Bellevue has a library. I want to go there. It's out of the way, but the weather's so hot, I'd prefer to go a little up north. But if Bellevue doesn't work out as a good place to sleep overnight, then I'll go back to the rest area. No problems. You know, I don't even know. I'm taking a big chance. Goodall's Cutoff. I've heard of that before. It has something to do with the mining. 75, and then this street, this road. There's that rest area, which I might do. It depends on how the library internet is. Will they ask for a password? I don't know. If they ask for a password, I'm out of the internet all day. Pretty much all day. I'll probably try to get around the town a little bit to see if anybody else has internet. But if there's nothing, then I'll be out. So that's it. Simple as that. That's just how some libraries operate. Yeah, Highway 20. But yeah, the Fairview is pretty good for internet. I mean, I had to get the password for the visitor center because they don't want little kids hanging around the visitor center, is what they say. But they have good internet at the library and great internet at the high school. Okay, I think that's the first time I've really relied on the high school, which is pretty much, it's like an all-encompassing school. Actually, it's like 1st through 12th grade, kindergarten through 12th, K-12, and it's like the upload speeds were incredible. Download speeds are really good. I'm not downloading anything. All uploads. I used to download like a madman too back in the early 2000s. Everything I could get. Regular movies, TV shows, music, porn, books, the e-books, which were not quite e-books at the time, not like Kindles, not like Amazon Kindle, which I'm interested, man. No, the Amazon Kindle's been on my back burner for a long time. Thinking about when those prices could come down. I should look at those prices again. Oh well, I'll hold off on that. But it's just, yeah, I used to download a lot. Illegally, of course, using the websites or the mediums that are pretty much all banned now. This is before Pirate Bay, and I was using BearShare and Kulu or Kuzu or something like that. Morpheus was my first one that I used. But then I became friends with a Polish guy who spake, you know, he showed me some foreign ones, the ones that foreigners like to use from his country and stuff in his language. They use some cool ones. It's just hard to. It'd be really cool to find out what they use these days, because he he was on top of it. He was ahead of the game for downloading things illegally. And that's just because it's harder to regulate the foreign languages. I'm guessing because there's not as many interpreters that are good at computer coding and all that. And they're on top of the game. I mean, we got Russian hackers on top of the game. They're operating a little more unregulated because there's just, imagine you have to, computer language is a whole different language in itself. They want you, if you're going to get into computer science, they want you learning another language. But more than that, it's like, is that guy selling a boat? More than that, it's like you got to learn a foreign language and then computer science on top of that. That's not easy. Not everybody could do that. Those are people. And my Polish buddy, my Polish friend, he wasn't even in the computer science. He was just really good at computers, fixing them and reading the languages, knowing. I don't think he wasn't so much a programmer, but he understood a lot about programs, about getting programs to run properly and all that, patches and stuff, knowing what types of patches you need and all that to get a computer program running again. He didn't have to write the code for those patches. He just had to know how to plug in the patches in the right way. Is this it? No way. What is this, some kind of magic reservoir west side? Reservoirs are like parks around here. I don't get it. That's like the drinking water, and looking at that stuff, I hope it's got to be highly filtered because there's algae and cow poop. So you got the remnants of cow poop in there. Then the geese love reservoirs. They poop in there. You know, it's amazing to me with this. You know, up in the Idaho city, in the forest fire, they had to protect the reservoir from the forest fire. I don't know. It's like there's all kinds of poop from animals going into that. You got algae, and they're worried about the ash. It really boggles my mind how they felt that they needed to protect the reservoir. Or maybe they said watershed, but I believe it was reservoir because I got the impression they were really targeting the drinking water. Protect the reservoir from the forest fire. You know, I'm only going 60, so I got somebody passing me here. Got a barrel down at 80 or so. This is a comfortable 60. So I don't have my AC on yet. It doesn't even feel cold. Or it doesn't even feel hot in here. It feels nice. It's just, yeah, I'm leaving kind of early, I guess. What time did I say? It's not quite 10, 8:46. See, I skipped breakfast. I got some water boiling, and I added some noodles. Got it in my Stanley thermos, so those noodles are ready to go. And I have some salmon in the can. Figure I'll mix them all together. I'll just mix them, and when I get to my destination in Bellevue, there was some kind of furry animal on the side of the road there. It could have been a coyote. It's hard to say. It wasn't very large. Maybe 20, 30 pounds. There's beehives off to the right. They're doing some real beehiving. Those cows are kicking up a lot of dust. Each cow's got its own dust kicking up, but it's not all dust. There's some grass, mostly brown. Those cows probably leave the timber. They probably leave the shrubbery alone, because cows have a tendency not to care for the shrubs, for the bushes. They prefer grass overall. You need goat. Looks like a Christmas tree farm off to the left. Goats will eat those. Goats will probably eat those tumbleweeds, the sagebrush. That's an old shed. It's like it's all closed up. Let's say if it'd be one open face, it could be for animals, but not quite. So it's just a lot of brown pasture around here, all fenced off, both left and right side, prevent them from getting on the road. Mile 165. Yeah, heading to Bellevue, Blaine County, a new county, leaving Camas County and now in Blaine County. So I've been able to skip over a few counties now without getting arrested, without even having a cop harass me. It's been pretty nice. Just keep chugging along. It's just, it must be the proximity to the capital or something. Although I had no problems in the capitals for Oregon or Washington. It's just, yeah, it's the culture. In Boise County, they hold those cops up on a pedestal and worship them like they're real life gods. I hope I took them down a peg or two with the videos and bringing to light, you know, that, you know, the public through their voting and commenting, because that one lady is a wife of a cop. She was like all upset about the comments being made. Let's see, Junction, Idaho, 75 and 12 miles. That's where the rest area is in 12 miles. Yeah, another car. 3 dogs in the back of that truck. They look like cow dogs too. The dogs that really need to be able to work. Those dogs will get restless. You can't have them as pets. They gotta be doing the job. They gotta be, you know, doing what they're told, doing stuff. Restless dogs. That's the thing. I think I was born and raised to be like not so restless, to be kind of lazy. That's why beekeeping is very an interesting job to me, because I like watching the employees or the nature work around me, and then, you know, slowly working my way in managing it. So I like beekeeping, just watching those little suckers jump all over the place and do their work, and I'll just, you know, do the collecting. I like the idea of collecting. That's partly why I've taken the time to study herbology, herbs, gathering herbs and stuff. I just let all nature do the work, and I'll do the gathering and preparing. I like that aspect. It's just, that's not the American way. You're a bum if you take that approach. And, you know, like investing money. I was investing money and doing okay early 2000s, but that all fell apart. Oh man, okay, that's similar to Castle Rock off to the left with the spires sticking out of the hillside. How that works, I don't know. It's just a unique rock formation that happens. Can't really record it. Use another camera for that, but it's so far away. I'd need to be up close, climb that hill. But they got it fenced off anyway. If I wanted to pull off to the side, walk over there, climb the hill, I'd have to climb this fence. Alright, I don't know what I was talking about. Bellevue, yeah, I said I was heading there. Leaving Fairfield. Fairfield, nice little town. Sleepy. Not as, I don't know, it's hard to say not as backwoods as Idaho City. Idaho City is just a treacherous place from the mining town days. This Fairview and this whole area just between Bellevue, Fairview is more raised on farming and I believe sheep herding, but they switched to cows. I believe switching over to beef cows more than milk cows, because milk cows may not produce quite as good milk because they're constantly, I mean, these cows are constantly eating dry grass year-round. Milk cows probably do better with nice, moist, succulent grass that gets enough rain to just keep them hydrated. These beef cows eat some dry grass. They got to go find a water source and go back to eating the dry grass year-round. And yeah, that's tough. They got to rely on that dry grass because they're not like buffalo. Buffalo use their faces and like in the winter when there's snow on the ground, the buffalo will use their faces and just smash up that snow. Cows' noses are too sensitive. Hysterical sight ahead. And somebody shot some bullets through that sign. Alright, I'm going to take my foot off the gas, slow it down, probably be going 50 miles an hour. Yeah, maybe a little less than 50, just so I can read that title at least. You know, I was gonna look up that title for that last one. Magic Reservoir, where the something. Alright. Gotta pick up the speed again. Magic Reservoir. So it's a reservoir, and this is probably that. Yeah, I can look down below. It doesn't look too magical. Hard to see. I only saw a small portion of it. But yeah, it's just gonna be a water source. Lots of cows off to the left. Actually, see a farm off to kind of a ranch style farm off to the left. It's very sparse. Moonstone Ranch, and they got it all set up for the beef cows and how they quickly transport them with that little elevated ramp or platform. Yeah, you can kind of tell when it's a beef cow farm. They got a particular look, okay? Because they transport. Okay, we'll just say they transport these beef cow quite frequently. The impression I get, I never see those ramps in Wisconsin. I don't recall ever seeing them in Wisconsin. E&S Mining, they're doing some mining off to the right. What's that thing? Some kind of thing on the top of that vehicle. But yeah, they must not do as much transporting with the milk cows as they do the beef cows. Or at least if they're going to transfer milk cows, they'll do them in a smaller number. When they transfer beef cows, they do it in a, the whole herd at once type of thing. Milk cows, you don't so much need to. You keep them on your property until they die. Rarely will you do any major transporting of milk cows. You don't want to stress them out. They produce milk. Milk can go sour if they get stressed out. Magic Reservoir, Hot Springs. Hot Springs. So the reservoir stretches as far as this way. I looked on the map. I didn't recall seeing any water source of that nature. Hot Springs now. That's interesting. I didn't really do much research on hot springs. They're kind of sporadic. It's like they're not. Oh, there it is. I think it's all on a dirt road, so it'll be a challenge. But it's hot springs. It looks like there's a cut into the earth. That'd be interesting to check out. Man, there's not a tree around, all in the sun. I got enough sun yesterday. Looks like I'm gonna get a lot more today. And it's really affected my neck. I feel it on my neck. I don't like all that sun on my face, my neck. I turn up the collar of my shirt, but it's not doing enough. I need like a scarf. I need a scarf to protect my neck. Such a nasty sun on white skin. There are a lot of trees up ahead. That's a forest up ahead. Out in the middle of nowhere. It seems odd. Must be a major water source. So yeah, it should be coming up on 75 pretty quick. What's this say? Sheep Bridge. Okay, it says fishing. Something about fishing. Something access off to the right. Yeah, you can see such long distances until the earth just blocked my view. So yeah, bridge, possibly water source. Don't see the water. It looks like it's all dehydrated. Evidence that there used to be a water source. Lots of trees. Wow, these are trees that need that water. And they're surrounded by sagebrush, so it really has to be a water source. Some special, particular water source. And I can't see. The trees are blocking my view. The land is blocking my view. I can pull off to the right. I can walk around, I suppose. It's a very curious area. Very curious indeed. There's still trees. It's lining the whole right side. Actual trees. Fence. There's a fence. Oh, there's a water source. That looks like it's a river. Looks like it's moving. Okay, that explains the trees. Nice, sparkly, clean looking water from a distance at least. Really supporting a forest. An unusual forest out in this desert. I wonder what river that is. There's some dude camping off to the right. I bet you could get away with that, no problem. He's got a big camper, not so much a tent. Now you see campers, it tends to be the people in the box campers, in the RVs, recreational vehicles. What kind of birds? Cowbird eating some carcass. Very old carcass. Just a pile of fur. Carcasses go quick around here. I passed a couple of little bird carcasses, and all I saw were the beak and the claws. They took everything else. The bones, the body, the feathers. What was left was just the beak and the claws. That's it. I guess the animals don't see much nutrition in the beak. Those are other birds eating other birds. There's a few hawk around, I believe, like vultures too. Some kind of vulture. I should be getting up on 75 pretty darn quick here. Should be real close. Some kind of house, the guy's outside. Oh, they got like a cable company truck there, hooking up their cable or something. So, yeah. I'll be heading into the hills when I hit 75. That goes straight in the hills. Not too deep, but you'll see the hills on the left and right side a little better, by the way the map portrays it. So a lot of cows, all beef cows. No udders on them. And yeah, this town should be a little cooler in temperature. You know, a degree is great. Alright, looks like a stop up here, yeah, could be recreation on the right. Looks like there's some building structures all around. Some building structures. It'd be nice to just say if it's 75 or not. I don't see any indication. Okay, there it is. Junction 75. I do want to take that left. The library in Bellevue now doesn't quite look visible from the road from 75. When I get in, I got to go a road over roughly. Pretty straightforward. There's the rest area. Yeah, I can pull in right here. Oh, all right. Sun Valley shown to the right. Sun Valley to the left. All right. See, I'm wasting time because it looks like if I can get through this week, it's gonna cool down, and maybe it'll stay cool for the rest. In general, there'll be no more 90-degree days in the south for the rest of the year, hopefully. Galena Summit Open. Alright, so now it's another, 15-20 miles, I think. That's enough driving for me. I'd like to avoid any more driving for the day. Just find a good spot to sit. The library looked like it was next to a cop shop. I saw a cop car right next to it. That's my only guess. I didn't really do much research into actually where the cop shop is. Police station, Bellevue 9 miles, Haley 12, Sun Valley 26. I'm not going further than 9 miles if I can help it. Shouldn't be any reason to go further. Just want to waste some time. Idaho state law: slow down, move over for emergencies. It's like a cow crossing sign coming up. I'm starting to get a little hungry. Could use some food. All this driving, wow, really burns the calories. So yeah, more beef cow collecting their hay over here. It looks straw-like, so just maybe a wheatgrass of some kind. You find all kinds. Oh, they go between alfalfa, which is a nice hardy plant, and like you can. I was about to say there's alfalfa on the side of the road, but that could be a different type of grass. But yeah, it's not a lot of grasses that can do good out here. Got their hay bales, making their hay. They got to cover a lot more ground to make that hay, I think. I think things are a little more sparse around here. See some trees. Now, there must be that river on the left. There must be the river on the left. Because I call it a belt. Let's call it a belt of trees that span across the area to my left. So it looks like it's going to converge with the road up here. There might be a bridge. Looks like there's an animal on the left. Oh no, that's a shade. It's a shadow. A bunch of farm equipment on the left. Looks like they're still in use. A lot of pine trees. Overgrown for being Christmas trees, so it's a wall of pine. And I'm guessing well, it's like strange how the trees work around here. I mean, do you have to water them in their first 20-30 years, and then after that they got maybe a root structure long enough for them to go on their own without needing to be watered? I don't know how that works. I get the impression that could be the case. The root structure, it's too small to support itself in its first formative years, so you water it until it gets big enough where it develops a nice long enough tap root to reach a well, a water source underground. And it could take off on its own from there. It's hard to say for this type of environment, but yeah, once you cut a tree, any other tree is going to have a difficult time coming back. A few more cows off to the left. Hay on the right, cows on the left. But those cows wish they could raid them hay bales. So yeah, coming into these interesting mountains in Bellevue. Yeah, it's something to check out. It's going to be too hot. That's why I'd like to stay the night in Bellevue. In the morning, if it's accessible, I'd like to climb one of these hilly, mountainy things. They're generally very rocky and slippery. This time of year, when they're dry, it's probably better. In the winter, when it gets all caked of snow and it can get muddy, slippery. Whereas in the dry weather, at least it might be a little more stable. Looks like some mining operation on the left. They're sorting rocks, piles of rocks. For some reason, maybe for road work or something. Gotta have those specialized rocks. These roads they don't take any kind of rock. Still, there's pine trees. Might be natural. They're in a row, so that's not very natural for trees to grow in a nice row. Water rights. What does that mean? Looks like another rest stop on the left. Wood River Gun Club. Not quite a rest stop. Walker Drive? Strange. Alright, so they're stacking hay bales on top of hay bales on the left. Walker, sand, gravel, drivers needed. I'm a driver. What's that popping on my door? So, 10737, some kind of business. Lots of rows of pine trees. They like growing pine trees around here. Lucky something. Yeah, this door is popping weird. Alright, so I'm going 55. Haven't had a car behind me. It's a nice Sunday morning. People are sleeping in more, so that's why it's a good opportunity to get out, travel a little bit, and the roads are less busy. Some kind of ranch with a wooden fence, most likely for horses. Horses, they need that wooden fence. Maybe they lean up against the fence more often than a cow does. DD Ranch. Should see a sign at some point for this town. At some point there's going to be a town. I'm going to move over to the right one block. Look for that library. Hope, you know, it's like there's not going to be a bathroom. It's open 10 to 5 tomorrow, but I got to find like some kind of public bathroom. Snake. Whoa, that was a big one. Yeah, I'm a little nervous about snakes in this area. This time of year, it's you gotta be cautious. I don't have any venom, any kind of anti-venom kit. Web Nursery. Okay, so just looking for that town. Really coming up on this mountain. They're advertising that there's caribou on the road and that you could run into them with your car because they don't get out of the way. Caribou get scared, they'll run. Oh wait, yeah, that's caribou. What? Well, what about the elk? Maybe that's elk. Where do caribou live? Elk I've seen along the west coast. They thrive on the west coast. You know, the largest group I saw out just on their own in nature was 50 of them. Just in Warrenton, Oregon. Just a huge number of them. And they were scared of me. There was like a bull moose that was looking over the whole herd, but they were still scared, but it would be the one that would be hesitant to run away. It'd wait for all the others to run past them, and then it would follow them whenever I got close. Whenever I tried to get close, tried to record them, they kept their distance. But yeah, they had great sources of food. They could really thrive on the west coast. Unlike here, Bellevue. Holy 2,200 people out here? Holy crap. I didn't get that impression on the map. I was thinking it would be another 400 some people. Wow. Well, of course they're going to have their own police station at that size. Alright. Alright, I want to move over a block at some point. 35. I want to move over a block. Whatever it looks like. There's a bit of a road. Honeysuckle. Okay, yeah, I'll just try this, and because I know that library is not visible off of the highway. It looks like I'm really moving over a little too much. I should probably just look at the map. Okay, over 2,000 people. Gannett Road and Clover Street. Gannett Road and Clover Street. Just want to get straight there, but it's not exactly... Oh my god, where the hell am I? Gannett. Oh my god, what? Gannett's going to turn right back into... Oh man, I turned a little too soon. That's the problem with entering towns, is you expect turns to happen a little sooner. Okay, so Gannett turns back into, yeah, that's, I'm going to be turning right back into Main Street 75, which 75 turns into Main Street. Okay, what I want to look, I want to look for Pine Street. Okay, alright, I'll get back on Main Street and take a right on Pine. Yeah, right back on the street. Looks like I don't need to stop. And there's a car. It's a 2-lane, so okay, we're good. Yep, alright, here's the bathroom pretty much. Phillips 66. Alright. Yeah, I have to get out and get my bicycle out so I can look around. 25 is a bank. Sun Valley Bronze. Foundry? I doubt that it's a foundry. So, you know, these signs are pretty small. I should have looked for Chestnut. Okay, cemetery. Wow, they got a few trees around here. They're not natural, but they're doing good. The weather seems a little cooler. So this might be pine. The sign looks smaller. I'm gonna guess, no, it's not pine. Another gas station, another bathroom. Yeah, you're really, this is the road for the library. Post office. Da-na-na-na. Oh, there's the cop. Okay, a marshal? That's not quite cop. Okay, a little nervous about a marshal? What's a marshal? Police? They'll call themselves a marshal, but... Oh, no motor vehicles. Well, I don't really have a great option for parking here. This must be a bicycle trail. So I'm going to stop it. This is a library.